Chief, let's narrow it down now to Delta. 2023. Now
yes.
the question on everybody's lips. So many PDP aspirants, they already flagged off and they're doing their consultation here and there, but nothing has been heard of the APC, sir. Is it that you're biding
why
your time?
Are you in a hurry? No, let me tell you. Why are you in a hurry?
You're waiting for convention, or maybe the APC house in Delta State, they've not been able to rally together and present an aspirant.
No. Why are you in a hurry? Hold on, I'm coming.
The election is
why are you in a hurry to get an APC aspirant to come? There are a lot of aspirants, APC aspirants, who are very willing to come to be the governor of Delta State. I can tell you some of them, though they have not opened their mouth to say it. But as an insider, I know a lot of them are jostling for that position. But let me tell you, things should be done rightly. It's not an all-commerce affair, all because you feel the law allows you to say you are coming out and you just come out to be governor of Delta State, like what PDP has. The battalions of the people that PDP has produced today now, like the one you are talking, even one there's one funny group, they call it G23 or B. No, not G23. DC23. One funny group of undemocratically put together. You are not democratically put together, and you want to organize a selection process for a democratic government that will come in 2023. How does that flow? When you are not being democratic in your formation first of DC23. They were not democratically done. They just say, oh, this one, because it was
it's a lobby group.
Thank you. A lobby group. Yes, lobby group must abide by the principles of democracy.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. They have not done so 1, 2. This same DC23, funny DC23. Of course, his leadership does not have any principles of true democracy in his lifetime. So you can expect what the product will be if the chairmanship, that's the head of the DC23, does not believe in democratic principles. On what basis were they disqualifying those they said they have disqualified? Of course, those people they disqualified, I'm sure you have interviewed 1 or 2 of them. Yeah, and they said they are still in the race.
Yeah.
Fine, they are still in the race. So what is the essence of the DC23? You see that PDP is they are fooling themselves. They don't know what to do because they have always believed in this ad hoc arrangement whereby anybody can just come open his mouth out to be governor. And everybody will be looking at the eyes of the governor. Who is he going to choose? Is that democracy? You're looking at the eyes of a governor who you will choose to succeed him. Have you ever seen that in APC? The federal government first, because we don't have APC government here. Have you seen any body language of the president that is dancing towards one person?
Even in the Edo election, we didn't see such.
Thank you.
Yes, good.
APC said, no, I can't support anybody when he has the right, democratic right to contest. Go and convince the people, not me who you want to succeed. No, that's how it should be.
Chief, but the governor rightly said during the just concluded rally at a cenotaph in Asaba that everyone has a right to aspire, that the primaries will be free and fair. So is that not contradictory to the popular belief that Okowa is going to pick his successor? Chief, no,
Let
but
me tell you,
he said it, I was there.
It's like you don't know PDP. These are statements of luxury. They are luxurious statements whereby, you feel cool after making the statement because you feel you are deceiving the public. The public will believe you that yes, nothing is hidden. PDP, when they sleep, they think evil. When they wake up, they think evil. When they are going to bed, they want to act the evil first before they go to bed. But because God is there to tell them you can't do that. or less you will not wake up tomorrow. So they have that fear and start making statements of luxury to the public. Were you not here when they did the election of the local government?
Yeah.
How many local government that APC won?
The APC, even in Ethiopia West, APC didn't present a candidate.
Thank you.
Why?
Well, let me tell you something. Aren't you fooling yourself ordinarily? Aren't you fooling yourself when you know that this is the machinations of the opponent? All right? You ain't getting nowhere. And they have been proved right many times. That was not the first time an election of local government had taken place. All right? Once they have been pronounced, that's fine. There's not like one thing coming. You end up being like I was a local government chairman under PDP. Fine, I'm not ashamed to say it.
Yes.
Once you have been pronounced, you are the one going. All right. Then you'll be thinking, oh, what about the election? No other party again will come because they know that's the end of the story.
Chief, is that the reason why the APC are yet
in
to bring out? No, in Delta State for governorship. Is that the reason why the APC they are yet to bring up aspirants?
No, I just told you the reason that we don't do things ad hoc. We are not a party that believes that any gutter man can just come out and declare that I want to be a governor. There are all the names, above just one or two. Not just one or two that are qualified, though. One or two that a little bit on the side of say yes, why not? Like the best of the mediocres, yes, why not? That's the only way you can point to those two, the best of the mediocres.
And you have.
But in APC, the caliber of people that are even showing it that don't want to come out right away because they are studying the terrain. If they are fully qualified for such positions, they are there and they're going to come out. We are on course by ensuring that not all comers are first. Nobody will stop you, don't get me wrong. But PDP have sense of decorum to know that yes, I have the right, but I'm not competent. Yes, I have the right, but I'm not ready. You can be competent, but you're not ready. So let those who have the nitty-gritty, the wherewithal to do something, let them take their time. And as they're coming out, it's going to be, wow. Let me just give you a typical example. Let us assume that what I have on my head, what is thinking on my head, what I'm suspecting on my head,
yes,
is real. The deputy president of the Nigerian Senate, his distinguished member of the Senate, Omo-Agege, never in the history of Delta Central, I don't want to include Delta North or this because Delta North equally has a very sound man there now. All right?
Is it because he defected?
No. I've always loved it. Let me tell you. Okay, let me go for him first. For you to know it's not because he defected to APC.
Okay,
No.
Okay.
He is an epitome of democracy in Delta. The very first person to show it is him.
Okay.
When Ibori was governor, when they were manipulating the party to be so undemocratic, he went on an opposition within. When there was no opposition at all, within opposition, apart from pockets of people that would just talk and run away from the state. He was in the state. Through Chief Obielum, he galvanized Chief Obielum and others that this can happen, and even those from Delta South and Delta Central. People like Mrs. Faith Majemite, strong politician that I have respect for. They saw it and said, no, we must object. This thing must change. It must be democratically done. He is the epitome of true democracy, first in this state. And of course, he couldn't continue with the same PDP in that largesse of corruption or ineptitude. And he has to move out to a more stable environment where he can exhibit his prowess as a true Democrat. That's for him. Now coming back to Omo-Agege that I was trying to explain to you. the senator, never in the history of Delta Central representation have we ever had it so good, so wonderful. For the very first time, just watch his bills. It doesn't fail on them. This electoral bill now, he's the mastermind of it, the brain behind it. Fubri was there and it was abandoned. He came and said, come, and Fubri is not existent, fully recognized. Before we knew it, a polytechnic had been approved for Orugu. I don't care whether everything is in Orugu. Orugu is Roboland. Polytechnic, now law school.
Same Orugu.
It could be anywhere.
That's his community.
Fine.
How about the other communities?
The other communities, what I just told you, Fupri is not in Orugu.
Okay.
All right? All the street lights that is distributing all over Delta Central, every Delta Central local government now have solar lights in their major streets.
Yes, true.
Even the one in Mosuga.
He gave transformer to
the one, transformers are in hundreds of them. I'm talking about this street light, the one of Mosuga. They wanted to bastardize it. I mean, the locals, not him now who had good intention. And I sat on it.
There's still some cables inside.
I said you cannot do that. We must follow the principles of why these street lights are being approved and given to us in Mosuga. And that's what we're resolving now to do. To take it on the major streets that take you in there and let people enjoy it. Not put it in the pockets or compounds of some APC member. We don't tolerate that in APC. And we will never tolerate it. So when you have such people coming up, for example, if he ever says, I am declaring for the governorship of Delta State, tell me one person that can beat his record. Because all of them that have been jostling, I want to be this, they have tested there may be senior special assistant to Okowa that has no office. They don't have offices. They are just political jobbers that they say, okay, let us use them to hold the talks, and keep the talks alive. That's all. It's just giving offices to people to keep thuggery alive. So that when there's another election, you have a lot of people to come and unleash terror in people you're supposed to be protecting. God forbid.
So you're saying if a man like Omo-Agege should step up for governor, that it will go unchallenged.
I'm not going to plead for him to come out because I hold an office.
Yeah. If he should,
if he decides to say he's coming out, I will plead with every other person to step down for him.
Okay.
I will plead. But if they say no, you have the democratic right to run. But otherwise, I'm sure if he ever declares, every PDP citizen that is jostling today that has no justification to even come out, having bastardized the economy, having been part of the people that have destroyed this economy, reduced the brains of our youth to that of beggarly brains. Come on, we will not. If they will chuck in our local language. You chucking. Deltans, I'm only saying this because I'm just a single person. Though holding a position today to say, okay, go and be the mouthpiece of this state, for our party. My being a mouthpiece is not to tell you rubbish, is to bring to your attention the evils that have been perpetrated against you of going near 24 years. 24 years, I repeat, of ineptitude. 24 years of violence, unsolicited violence. 24 years of bad governance. 24 years of wickedness to the people that voted you into power. And you come and tell us, roadmaster. One rainy season roadmaster. That's what your government is.
We have been speaking to Chief Dr. Wisin Omene. He is the Director of State Publicity for the APC in Delta State. My name is Rero Henry Akos, and this is Rero TV. Chief, thank you so much for your time.
And this is Dr. Mene. Thank you very much for listening.